For many years, humans watched the stars but never got an answer back. They sent signals, built powerful telescopes, and waited. Then, one day, everything changed. A ship appeared above Earth. It was not large, but it glowed with energy no one had ever seen before. The world stopped. People stared at the sky. News channels played the same message over and over again. The Galactic Council has sent an invitation. The council was real. The galaxy was full of life. And now, humans were being asked to join. Leaders from Earth met quickly. They chose a small team to represent humanity. The team included scientists, diplomats, and even one military advisor. They boarded the alien ship, and in a flash of blue light, they were gone. The humans arrived at the council station, a giant city floating in space, larger than any Earth city. It held thousands of alien species, all working together, living together, and making decisions for the galaxy. As the humans stepped out, all eyes turned to them. Some aliens looked curious, others looked amused. A few didn't even try to hide their laughter. One tall, golden-skinned alien whispered to another, "They still burn fuel to move. Can you believe that?" The humans heard, but they didn't react. They walked with calm faces and steady steps. Dr. Leon, the lead scientist, looked around and whispered, "They don't take us seriously." Ambassador Reyes nodded. "Let's change that." The first meeting of the council was long. The hall was shaped like a ring, with each species sitting in a section. The human team sat quietly as the aliens discussed trade routes, energy disputes, and law changes. When it was Earth's turn to speak, the council's high speaker, a floating being made of light, gave a small, bored nod. "You may speak, Earth," it said. Ambassador Reyes stood. "Thank you, honored council. Earth is grateful for this invitation. We come in peace and with open minds. We believe we can learn from you, and we hope you can learn from us." A few aliens clapped politely. Most did not. Dr. Leon then presented Earth's latest energy research. She explained how humans had found a way to turn ocean waves into clean energy. It was simple, cheap, and worked even on water-rich moons. Some alien scientists listened. One, a spider-like being, raised an eyebrow. "You use water to make energy?" it asked. "That's so basic." Dr. Leon smiled. "Yes, but it works, and it costs almost nothing." Silence. Later, Colonel Davis, the military advisor, showed Earth's new space defense system. It wasn't the strongest, but it used smart satellites that could predict and block attacks before they happened, a few aliens muttered. One snorted. "They think small machines will save them?" Again. The humans stayed calm. When the session ended, the council delayed the vote for Earth's membership. "You must first understand how things work here," the high speaker said. "Return tomorrow." That night, the humans met in their small room. "They don't respect us," Dr. Leon said. "They think we're weak," Colonel Davis added. Ambassador Reyes nodded. "Then let's not argue. Let's show them who we really are." The next day, the humans explored the council station. They didn't just attend meetings. They spoke with the smaller species, those sitting in the back rows, those who were not rich or powerful. They met a tiny bird-like race that struggled to trade fairly. They met a mining species that was being overcharged for tools. The humans listened. They shared ideas. They offered help, not orders. Slowly, word spread. "The humans are strange," some aliens said. "They don't act like the others. They don't try to control. They try to connect." That evening, one of the small species came to the humans in secret. "Your planet," it said. "Would you trade directly with us? The big empires charge too much." Reyes smiled. "Of course, fairly, always." By the end of the week, the humans had made friends, not with the rulers of the galaxy, but with the ones who had been ignored. The council didn't like that. You must follow protocol, the High Speaker warned. You cannot form outside. Deals without permission. Ambassador Reyes replied calmly, We're here to help. If that breaks your rules, maybe your rules need to change. There was silence in the chamber. Earth's vote was delayed again, but now the humans didn't care. They had seen the truth. The council was old and slow. It was built to protect the powerful, but the galaxy was full of voices waiting to be heard. As the humans returned to their quarters, Colonel Davis said, We may not be strong in their eyes, but we're already making a difference. Reyes looked out the window at the stars beyond. Let's keep going. Let's show them who we are. The next few days were quiet in the council chambers, but tension was building. The human delegation kept attending meetings. They listened carefully, took notes, and asked smart questions. They didn't argue or demand anything, they simply observed. That made some council members nervous. In a private chamber, the core council, made up of the 5 most powerful species, held a secret meeting. They are only one planet, said Ralkesh, a tall alien with skin like steel. They are nothing. They are more than they look, replied Valana, a water being who led the trade guild. They talk to the small ones. That's dangerous. Why? Asked a third member, clicking its insect-like legs. The small ones have no power. But if Earth unites them, Valana warned, that could change. The core council laughed softly. Still, they agreed to watch the humans more closely. Meanwhile, the human delegation was busy building friendships. Dr. Leon met with a group of young alien scientists who studied energy systems. They showed her their floating solar panels and deep space reactors. She nodded with interest, then gently pointed out a simple improvement. If you change the angle by 10 degrees, she said, you get 20% more energy from stars, like Alpha Centauri. The aliens tested her idea. It worked. They were shocked. How did you figure that out so fast? One asked. We learn by trying, she replied with a smile. Sometimes we fail, but we don't stop. They shared more ideas. Dr. Leon explained Earth's way of open science, where knowledge was shared, not sold. The aliens listened with wide eyes. Ambassador Reyes met with the delegates of the minor worlds. These were small planets, often ignored. Their leaders looked tired. Their voices were rarely heard in meetings. We see what you're doing, said one, an old being with glowing eyes. You speak to us like we matter. Because you do matter, Reyes said. Earth was alone for a long time. We know what it feels like. He offered fair trade. No tricks, no hidden deals, just respect. Soon, whispers filled the halls. Humans are different. Colonel Davis, the military advisor, spent time studying the council's defense systems. They were huge and complex, but they were also slow and wasteful. He built a small model using Earth tech, tiny drones working together with smart programming. They stopped a fake attack in record time. A few council generals watched with disbelief. That's too simple, one said. But it works, Davis replied. And it's cheap. Later, he added, Earth doesn't fight to conquer. We fight to protect. That's why we focus on defense. The aliens didn't laugh anymore. They took notes. The core council called another secret meeting. They are spreading ideas. That is worse than weapons, said Ralkesh. They share too freely, Valana added. They don't play the council's game. We must remind them who is in charge. They sent a formal message to the humans. You are not allowed to form separate deals with member worlds. Reyes read the message. He showed it to the team. They're scared, Dr. Leon said. Good, Davis replied. It means they're starting to see the truth. Reyes thought for a moment. We won't break any laws, but we won't stop helping others either. Let them watch. The next day, during a trade meeting, something unexpected happened. One of the minor species stood up and spoke. "I wish to thank the humans," she said. "Because of them, my planet now has clean water. No one else offered that." Then another alien spoke. "The humans gave us tools, not because they wanted payment, but because we asked." The chamber grew quiet. Valana stood, her voice cold. "Earth is not a full member. Their actions are dangerous." Reyes stood slowly. "Dangerous? Or just fair?" He looked around the room. "Earth may be new, but we believe in respect. We believe no one is too small to be heard." Some delegates clapped softly. The High Speaker ended the meeting quickly. No vote, no answer, but eyes were turning towards the humans now, watching them with something new, not fear, not mockery, but interest. That night, the team met again. "We're shaking the system," said Davis. "We didn't come here to lead," Reyes said, "but they've left a space open, one that needs to be filled." Dr. Leon looked out the window. "The galaxy is older than us, but maybe it still has something to learn." The stars outside blinked quietly. Far away, a change had begun, and Earth, small, stubborn, and full of hope, was at the heart of it. The next full council meeting was one of the largest in years. Every seat was filled. News screens flashed across the station. The air felt tense. The topic of the day, a new law. It was proposed by Earth. The law was simple. No member world could use its power to force weaker worlds into unfair trade or military agreements. Ambassador Reyes stood to present it. He spoke clearly, with calm words. "Many small worlds are being used," he said. "We all see it. This law would protect them. It would make the council fair for everyone." Some delegates nodded. Others looked away. Then Valana, the trade guild leader, stood. "This proposal is dangerous," she said. "It would stop free trade. It would limit progress." Reyes answered, "Progress should not mean pain for the weak. Earth offers another way." Ralkesh, the tall warrior leader, slammed his hand on the table. "Humans speak of fairness, but they are young. They do not understand power." Reyes stayed calm. "We understand enough to know when something is wrong." The High Speaker floated forward. "The Council will now vote." Each planet had one vote. The large empires voted first. No, no, no. Then the middle ones. No, no. A few small planets voted yes. But not enough. The law was rejected. Reyes nodded once. No anger, no protest. Then he said something no one expected. "If this is how the Council works, then Earth cannot be part of it." A loud silence filled the hall. "We came with hope. We asked for fairness. But if fairness is denied, we will not sit in silence." The other humans stood behind him. Reyes added, "We are not leaving because we are weak. We are leaving because we are strong enough to walk away." And just like that, the human delegation turned and walked out. No shouting, no threats, just quiet, firm steps. The council chamber was frozen. For the first time in many cycles, no one knew what to say. Outside the chambers, news spread fast. Humans walk out. Earth rejects council control. New path ahead? Small worlds began sending messages to Earth's team. One planet asked, "Can we join you?" Another asked, "Will you trade with us directly?" A third simply said, "Thank you." The humans didn't celebrate. They got to work. Reyes called a private meeting with their allies. "We're not building a rebellion," he said. "We're building something better." He called it the Independent Alliance, a new group, open to all, built on fairness, not fear. In just a few days, 5 worlds joined. Then 10. Then more. Back inside the council, panic had begun. "What have we done?" one member asked. "We pushed them away," another replied. "They were only one planet," Ralkesh shouted. "They can't lead a new group." But reports told a different story. Earth's tech was spreading. Its clean energy systems were being shared. Its trade routes were simple and honest. Trust was growing. The Core Council met again. They are not using weapons, Volana said. They are using ideas, and people are listening. The High Speaker agreed. We must act quickly. The Council sent a message to Earth's team. Return to talks. We can discuss changes. Reyes read the message and replied simply, We are always open to talk, but we do not return to old ways. The Council then tried pressure. They blocked trade ships, slowed down communications, and warned other worlds not to join Earth's alliance. But the humans had prepared. Their systems were small but smart. Their alliances were built on trust, not fear. When a Council patrol ship tried to stop a cargo ship headed for a small alliance world, Earth's defense drones activated. They didn't attack. They simply disabled the patrol ship's engines, using precision tools. No damage, no injuries. But the message was clear. Don't threaten us. We protect our friends. Inside the Council, Ralkesh stood with red eyes. They embarrassed us. They protected themselves, said a quiet voice. It was one of the smaller species, a delegate who had never spoken before. And they helped us when you would not. More small world leaders nodded. For the first time, the Council was divided. Not by war, not by power, but by choice. Back on the human ship, Dr. Leon watched the stars. We came to join them, she said. Now they're trying to follow us. Colonel Davis checked the alliance reports. 16 new worlds signed up today. Reyes placed a pin on a growing map of alliance members. We didn't plan this, he said, but maybe it was always meant to happen. They had not fired a single shot. They had simply walked away. And the Galaxy, one step at a time, was starting to follow. The Independent Alliance grew faster than anyone expected. In just 2 months, more than 30 planets joined. These were not powerful worlds, but they had people who wanted change. They were tired of unfair deals, slow decisions, and being treated as less important. Earth gave them something new, respect. The Council watched in silence at first, hoping the alliance would fall apart. But it didn't. It became stronger every day. Ambassador Reyes sat in the control room of the Earth Embassy ship. He looked at a growing map of the stars. Red dots showed Council worlds. Blue dots showed the new alliance. The blue was spreading. 32 members, Dr. Leon said with a smile. And growing. Colonel Davis crossed his arms. The Council won't just watch forever. They'll make a move. Reyes nodded. Let them. We'll be ready. Inside the Council chamber, the mood was cold. Volana paced across the floor. They're building their own power, their own systems, their own rules. They're stealing our members, shouted another delegate. The High Speaker raised a hand. We will not allow this to continue. The Core Council agreed to launch a new plan. Not war, not yet, but pressure. They sent ships to block trade. They slowed communications between alliance planets. They spread news reports calling the humans dangerous, unpredictable, and unfit for leadership. Some Council members believed it, but many did not. They helped us when no one else would, said a delegate from a desert world. We don't forget that. Still, the pressure had effects. Cargo was delayed. Stations went silent. A few knew. Alliance members grew scared. On the Alliance side, the humans acted quickly. Colonel Davis worked day and night with engineers to upgrade the defense systems. New satellites were launched. Drone fleets protected trade ships. Every ship sent out was paired with 2 small but smart defense drones, just in case. Dr. Leon helped create a communication web that didn't rely on Council satellites. It was slower, but it was free and protected. Ambassador Reyes spoke to every worried world. We will not leave you. he said again and again. We promised fairness, and we will keep that promise. And the Alliance members believed him because Earth had never broken its word. One day, a council warship entered the border of an Alliance world named Veltra. It was not a large planet, but it had rich metals and a growing economy. The council claimed it still owed them trade taxes. The ship arrived with weapons ready. "Pay now," the message said, "or be punished." Veltra's people called Earth. Within minutes, Earth's defense drones arrived. 10 of them. They circled the council ship, not firing, but showing strength. "Leave this space," the message said. "This is Alliance territory. The council." Ship warned them again, then tried to fire a warning shot. Before the missile left the ship, the drones shut it down. Their tech was faster, smarter, quiet and clean. The council ship was disabled in less than 20 seconds. No one was hurt. But the message was loud. We will protect our own. The news spread like fire. The council had attacked, Earth had defended, and no one died. More planets asked to join the Alliance that week. Back in the council chamber, fear was growing. "This is not war," said one leader, "but they are winning." "They don't need weapons to win," Valana said bitterly. "They're offering something we never did, hope." Even the High Speaker looked worried. "We must call Earth back," someone said. "Talk, negotiate." Ralkesh, who had mocked the humans before, now spoke quietly. "They don't need us anymore." The truth was clear. The council had ruled for centuries with power and fear. But Earth had walked away and offered a new path, one built on unity and trust, and now the Galaxy was choosing. On the Earth ship, Reyes met with his team. "They're watching us now," Dr. Leon said. "They're scared," Davis added. "They should be," Reyes said softly, "but not of our strength. They should be scared of what we represent." He pointed at the stars. "A better future." They didn't want war. They didn't want control. They only wanted peace, justice, and progress for all. And that, more than any weapon, was changing the galaxy. 1 year had passed since Earth's delegation had walked out of the Galactic Council. What once seemed like a small ripple had now become a strong wave changing the galaxy's future. The Independent Alliance had grown to more than 70 members. Worlds of all sizes were united by a simple idea: fairness and respect for all. Inside the council chambers, the mood was no longer cold. It was nervous. The leaders knew the galaxy had changed. The High Speaker called an emergency meeting. "Earth has offered partnership on new terms," it said. "We must decide." Ralkesh, the warrior, looked tense. "They left us. They built their own power. Why should we listen now?" Vilana, once the harshest critic, nodded slowly. "Because they have what we need. Trust. Without it, the council will fall." The council voted to invite Earth back. But this time, not as a simple member. Earth would have an equal voice, a true partner with shared leadership. On Earth's ship, Ambassador Reyes received the message. He gathered his team. "We never wanted to lead," he said. "But they asked us to help build something new." Dr. Leon smiled. "This is a chance to change the galaxy for the better," Colonel Davis added. "We must be wise. Leadership is not about power. It is about responsibility." Reyes nodded. "We will accept, but only on terms that respect all life." The day Earth returned to the Council was quiet but powerful. As the human delegation entered, many species watched with new respect. No longer the young, laughed-at planet, Earth was now a symbol of hope. Reyes spoke clearly. "We come to share, to listen, and to build, not to rule." The Council agreed to new laws. These laws protected smaller species, encouraged open trade, and stopped secret deals that hurt others. The galaxy was no longer ruled by fear or force. It was ruled by fairness and courage. Back on Earth, people looked to the stars with pride. Children asked, "What did humans do that others did not?" Reyes answered, "We believed in each other. We chose to walk away when things were wrong, and to build something better." Dr. Leon said, "Sometimes the strongest choice is to leave, not fight." Colonel Davis smiled. "And sometimes it's to protect, not destroy." The galaxy continued to change. Planets once forgotten now shone with new hope. Trade and culture grew between species. Technology spread, helping all. The Council was no longer a place of power and fear. It was a place of respect. And at the center of this change was humanity, the species that had walked out and made the galaxy walk toward a brighter future.